Okay, and we are feeling that slight change of temperature, aren't we? You mentioned it was cold today, Brian.
It was cold, and I'm feeling it, Cedric, right in here and right in here, right in my head. Yeah.
Yes, that's the beginnings of the season that we look forward to the most, or at least the doctors do, I hear out there, right? But yes, it is what a difference a day makes across the area. Of course, yesterday at 4 o'clock, we had a temperature of 78 degrees. That was actually a new record high for the day, and it was well above average. Today, we've got a temperature at 4 o'clock at least of 56. It's down to 55 now. So again, 20 degrees plus cooler and below average today. So it only takes a wind shift and we can get a completely different scene out there, and that's what we're dealing with. So look at the maps here for yourself. Temperatures some 20 to 25 degrees cooler across the north than yesterday at this time. In fact, our friends down towards St. George, even a few degrees cooler. The cooler air has not made it to the southeastern half of the state just yet. So you guys are still a degree or two above where you were yesterday. But look at these numbers for yourself, folks. Again, 56 in Salt Lake City, 55 degrees in Provo, 53 in Logan, 62 degrees in Price, 55 degrees, that's it, in Delta, 59 in Milford, and 78 degrees in St. George, 77 in Lake Powell. So again, definitely a change out there. We've got winds coming out of the north and west today as opposed to the south and west. So that's why it's, again, much cooler thanks to this front that moved through last night. Again, didn't bring us much in the way of precipitation, some gusty winds, but that was pretty much about it. And now high pressure is building to the south and west. This high pressure is blowing off a few high clouds towards the south and west. So we're seeing a couple of those high clouds as you get towards lower Washington County. You can see that. But otherwise, most of us dealing with mostly clear skies. And this high pressure is going to bring in a warming trend as we go into the next 24 hours. So this is a sharp but brief cool down. So cooler air in place now. That moves out of here. Here comes the heat dome as we go into the weekend. So expect a spectacular weekend with some sunshine and temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees, if not a little bit more, above average again. Still fairly nice out there across the area. But get ready. Here we go. System number one comes in for the beginning of Halloween week, bringing us colder and wetter conditions across the Mountain West. And then notice we may get a little bit of a break, but then we've got yet another system knocking on the door by the end of Halloween week, bringing, again, another cold and wet system our way. So overall trend with our temperatures below average here, it looks like, as we go into next week. So not a lot of warm weather expected next week. But of course, as that brings up the question, what about trick-or-treating as we get ready for that big forecast? Well, right now the weekend is looking dry. That's some good news, and also warm. Here comes system number one. We're timing that out for Monday night into Tuesday. That's going to bring us the chance of some rain and maybe some rain and snow on Tuesday. Even on early Wednesday, we could still have a little moisture left over. That system moves out. We hope for this break on Thursday before the next system moves in late Friday, and that one could bring us another chance of some rain and snow. But the good news there, as I mentioned, is maybe we get that break on Thursday. So right now, here's the way it's looking here in St. George. Halloween, 66 degrees for a high with plenty of sunshine. That would be nice. Now, the Wasatch Front right now looks like highs will be in the 50s on Thursday. So right now, it's looking dry and somewhat comfortable, but you may need a sweater or a hoodie going on those costumes there. We'll keep you updated on that because another system moves in, but hopefully it holds off until Friday. So St. George, we're looking at 80s throughout the weekend. Just a gorgeous weekend for any outdoor activities before it gets much cooler by the middle of next week. And then on the Wasatch Front, 70s. Hey, that's not bad. We'll take it this time of the year. And then it turns a little more cooler and unsettled next week.
Okay.
A chilly Halloween. We're ready for it.